name is Roy, and I'm your friend. I'm your big friend. I would like to take you on a trip to Romania. And if I get boring, just raise your hand. I'll talk louder and faster. Okay. Are we up on the screen yet? It's coming. Oh, that's me. Okay. You have incredible potential. Amen. You do. What you have done so far in life, that's not your potential. That's your achievement. What you are capable of doing. What God has put within you to do. What the dream that God put within you that has not yet been realized, that's your potential. And most of us have more potential left within us than we have achievement behind us. So let's get going. Okay, our calling is to the nation of Romania. And there it is in the circle, but it's Romania and beyond. Beyond the borders of one nation. And this is just a little vignette of what we've done just within 1 year. And when you're living and working within your potential, you can do more in a short time than living ordinary lives and doing nothing. I mean, Jesus did in 3.5 years change the world. But he waited for 30 years. Some of you are waiting, but your 3.5 years are just behind the corner. And what Jesus did, he didn't do it alone because he had partnership. He had those who were willing to work with him. And so as we take a tour, remember that I went to the mission field after having been a pastor for most of my adult life. And I really went through a very difficult time where I left my pastorate. And I felt I lost everything worthwhile. So I was just a lot of broken pieces. But he made something beautiful out of my mess. And here we are in the beautiful wooden lodge. Why is it wooden? Well, because it's made out of wood, and also my pastor is Randy Wood. And it's really named in his honor. He says, I thought that only happened to people who were dead. I said, well, just think of Trump Towers. We sleep at Apavia, 30 people. Here's 53. Where did they sleep? Wherever there's carpet. Okay. And then we were told there's 60 people coming, and we were trying to get ready. 105 showed up. Where did they sleep? Wherever there was carpet. You see, when there's room in the heart, there's room in the inn. And here is our tent, our magnificent tent. And where did they sleep? Well, we had mattresses from wall to wall. And it wasn't one kid to a mattress. It's find a place on the mattress wall to wall. And was it difficult for them? No, they had a blast. They had a blast. And Romanians are beautiful, magnificent, wonderful people. As a matter of fact, they're so wonderful, they remind me of Kingdom Life Southampton. Yeah, why not? And Romania and beyond. You know, we went to Romania. No mission board sent me. I was 60 years old. No mission board sends a guy 60 years old to the mission field. You're done. You're retired. Sip tea. Sit on Virginia Beach. But when you have a dream, when you have a vision, when you're thinking of the next generation, when you're thinking of that generation that looks like they're dead but they're only sleeping and they need somebody to head toward them. Maybe there's somebody here this morning that heard that message. It's time to get up and head towards the next generation, because within you and within the potential that you have, don't take it to the grave with you.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't put it in the hole where they put your body. Pour out your potential on your generation. Give it to them, because it's not just about you, it's about those sleeping, that sleeping generation. They said it's dead. It's not dead. It's waiting for your potential to be poured out on them, so that that which was thought to be dead might rise up. Your potential is not for you, it's for them. But I tell you, when you are living and breathing and working in the area that God has put within you, and He did put it within you. What was that the Lord said to Jeremiah? He said, Jeremiah, before you were born, I put it in your DNA code, and you have it in your DNA. You have a dream, you have a passion, you have a vision. You know that you are called to do more than you have done. It's in you. It's in you. And what do you got to do? Well, it's like Pastor said, you got to press through the crowd. You got to press through the crowd of mediocrity. You got to press through the crowd of negativity. You got to press through. You got to be like a football champ. Sometimes you got to play the game hurt. Sometimes you got to wear a flak jacket because you've been hurt, but you're playing anyway because you're a champion. Amen. Let's go on. I have some pictures of Jim Kerwin on here. When I show the pictures of Jim Kerwin, I want you to know that he's here with us this morning. Jim, would you just sit up in front here, please, just for a few minutes, so when I call on you, people can look at you. No, he's not Amish. But when you see him, you will wonder. There he is, magnificent Jim. What a man of God. Yes. Okay, so we're now not only in Romania, but Germany. Oh, Roy, how can you do this? Just because there's a little snow on the roof doesn't mean there ain't no fire in the furnace. Where's the state patrolman? I like you, brother. Yes. Yes. Why? Because wherever you go, people are sleeping. They're hurting. They're sick. They're wounded. But when you come with the word of faith, the word of life, when you come with that anointed hand, the dead rise up. People come alive. And of course, men like Randy Wood, I call him the dancing preacher, because, I mean, when he comes, nobody sleeps. You know, he'll dance, he'll shout, but he'll touch the heart of people. And you can do that too. Not everybody's a preacher, but everybody is something. And a team is not all quarterbacks. Sometimes you've got a guy who just protects the quarterback. He's part of the team and an important part of the team. And so these are just 2012. When I look at these pictures, I said, did that happen in just 1 year? Yeah. Well, didn't you weigh yourself out? No. In fact, I have a picture of myself here. You'll see it, and I think you'll enjoy it. Okay? This man is called a layman. He's a layman who's been anointed by God. Ministry doesn't happen because you got credentials. Ministry happens because God put something within you and you're doing it, you're living it, you're walking in it. And this is what happened in Apavia in one of the conferences here. There's a pastor, God just touched him. And there's his wife, just ministering to him. There's our nephew Chris, magnificent young man, got born again, got transformed. He was sleeping, Pastor Kid, and he got up because somebody reached out to him. And so this is a town, it's a mainly gypsy town, village in a city called Alba Iulia. And yeah, sometimes, you know, you just get tired. And so there's Pastor Rick Dill, he just got tired. And there's even a young man, he just got tired, and here I come. I got the wrong picture, excuse me. Okay. And then we had 3 men and a girl from Kingdom Life. We need help. We need help. You need help. We need help. Thank you for the help that you've sent to us. You know, this is one of the supporting churches. When you give, you help us. And thank you for doing that. And yes, here's one man, big guy. God uses big guys. Did you notice that? Big guys. Tom Carter. And what they did, they hired this guy to go through the village with little Alicia. She was a hit, you'll see that. And they took the roof off they took all the roof off, and they raised the side of the roof because we have a problem. We don't have enough room for everybody who's coming. And you're having that problem too. I wish every church had that problem, because that's a good problem. And so they took this attic and they transformed it into this. They raised that roof, and now we can sleep another 20 people, depending on how tight you pack them, maybe even 30. It reminds me of sardines in a can. And their ministry was not just to, they're not preachers. None of these guys are preachers, but they're all ministers. And they reached the young people. Why? Because they were sleeping. Thought the dead, but somebody was on their way to them. Jesus did it as an example that we can do that too. Is that what you were saying, Pastor Matt? Was I listening to you? That I was, yeah. And they reached our generation, different ways of ministry. Thank God for the music. Thank God for gifted music. It's incredible. But it's blowing up balloons too. It's a great, varied, whatever God has put in you, God can use. And there's a neighboring Pastor Kane, and there's Alicia. Oh, she was just such a live wire. And here's our brother, Jim Kerwin. Jim, would you stand up and greet us, please?
There's nothing like being there. I can say that having been there for 2 weeks. But if you can't go, I encourage you to pray. And if you pray, I'm betting that your gifts will follow along with your prayers. That's all I'll say.
That's all, Jim? A magnificent Bible teacher. He's on the internet. Just look up Finest of the Wheat, and you'll find Jim Kerwin there. And there's magnificent Jim, and there he is teaching. There he is teaching in a Bible school in Timișoara. And there he is. They never thought of ministering to the children in Romania. He got all the kids together, and before he preached to the adults, he preached a kids' sermon. And you know who listened even better than the kids did? We did. It was wonderful, magnificent. And of course, wherever the word is preached, there's a response. They're not dead, folks. The next generation, I'm saying our generation, well, that generation of whom the pastor is talking about, they're not dead. They just need somebody, somebody like you to go. You notice Jesus didn't wait for the girl to come to him. He went to her. Hello. That was a good point right there. Did you notice that? Yes, okay. And then we had our brother Mike Simon. He's a big shot at CBN. And he came over and he ministered to a youth conference there. It was absolutely magnificent. And there we were back at a conference at Apavia with Alpha and Omega TV. And there's one. And wonderful thing happened. The TV station, Alpha and Omega, that reaches Southeastern Europe, was there to videotape that conference. And they broke entire Southeastern Europe. And they were at Apavia. And I'm getting ready to go on that TV station. Have they invited me? No. But you just, as Pastor Matt said, you just watch and see. And so I watched carefully the equipment that they had there, because now, this morning, my brother-in-law is videotaping this service, or portions of it this morning, because I'm getting ready to go on TV there. You don't wait until the door opens to start to get ready. You get ready, so when the door opens, you step right in. Hello! Did anybody get that point? That was a good point right there. You don't wait till the door opens to start to get ready. You get ready, so when the door opens, you walk right in. And I'm 71 years of age. There aren't too many people who are older than me. I may be the oldest person here. Is there anyone who's older than me who's willing to admit it? Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding. Is he telling the truth? Wish I looked as good as you. Okay. So this is what's going on in wonderful, magnificent, powerful, potential-filled Romania. And he's using this humble, broken, rotund man who used to be a pastor and then felt there was nothing left, but there was potential. And I'd just like to say this to you, that after my retirement age, I have become more productive than I was before that. And so, even though I want to support the younger generation every day way that I can, I'm not lying down and playing dead for you guys to take over. I say, get ready, work hard, pay the price, press through whatever you got to deal with, but press through it. Amen. And begin to do what God has put within you, because God made you as an incredible, magnificent human being filled with more potential than you think you have. And as you live and walk in what God has called you to do, you'll begin to see what really lies within you that God has put there. Thank you, Pastor Matt. God bless you. Amen.